What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome back to another episode here on the KrustyKraft server. Today is episode 31. Yes, it is. And today, we're actually not on KrustyKraft. We're here in a test world because this is a build battle for Player of the Year of KrustyKraft. KrustyKraft nominates one of its players every month to be Player of the Month, and if you become Player of the Month, then you automatically get nominated to be Player of the Year. So all 12 nominees from last year are going to be doing a build battle. So as you can see here, these signs are numbered, and if you press this button, it'll take you to whatever plot is that number. So as you can see, there's 6 over here and there's 6 over here for all 12 months for all 12 nominees. And I've got a pretty early jump on joining this world, and it looks like Slater is the only one that beat me here, so that's pretty cool. Let's go take a look at what he's done. And the theme for this build battle is going to be steampunk, so let's take a look at what he's done. It looks like he's built a steampunk looking crane, which is pretty cool. Check this out in here. Look at this. That's actually pretty cool. What block is that? What is that if we do that? An element constructor? That's not a normal block. These are some crazy blocks. And before we get started with my build in today's episode, I would like to give a big shout out to BrittishLadd for hosting this event. This is the world that he's created. He's gone ahead and built everything in here, which he didn't even have to do that, but he paid a lot of attention to detail. Everything looks very nice. Everything is very professional, just like it always is in KrustyKraft. And I just want to give a big shout out to him because he's done a lot of things and a lot of effort to make all of this possible. So thank you, BrittishLadd, for hosting this event. This is awesome. And with that being said, let's go ahead and head on right next to Slater. We'll go to plot number 2. And let's see what we have here. We're completely blank, so we got to start off fresh. So I've gone ahead and brainstormed up some really cool ideas, and I've laid out a block palette over here. And since we're going to be doing steampunk, I figured we'd go ahead and keep it trimmed with some dark blocks like this. Maybe create some cool gears and flying stuff out of the copper. Maybe we can accent a little bit with some cobblestone, and then we can use these for some controls, which will look pretty cool, kind of like the crane did. And then we can use these other blocks if we need to, and most of it's going to be white glass. And essentially what I want to make is a vertical going up like rocket, a steampunk rocket. So kind of like an airship, how steampunks are, except for vertical, because we don't really have the horizontal space here. And one of the things I saw is that we can dig down here just below the bedrock, and we can actually go down underneath here and build a little bit. I'm not sure exactly if that's part of the rules or not, but it hasn't been said that I can't do it, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and tear out the floor. I honestly think mining these blocks out would probably happen faster with a haste 2 beacon and an efficiency 5 pickaxe rather than doing this in creative. And I don't have any coordinates up on the top right of my screen, so I don't even know where I'm at to go ahead and run a command and delete these blocks with a command. So far I've been able to do pretty good, and I developed a faster way of getting rid of the blocks. If we just fly sideways like this, we can fly pretty quickly, and even though that the block breaking animation is lagging behind, we are actually breaking these blocks, which is good. And after doing it this way, after a short amount of time, we've actually gotten to the other side, and now I kind of want to be careful because I don't want to take out these other blocks. So now it's time to remove the dirt that's beneath this, and look at this. If I just look straight down and go back and forth, I can delete the blocks out from underneath me, and it's like the exact opposite of a 3D printer. And just like that, the whole floor is now removed. But now I kind of want to do these walls right here to go ahead and make these look nice, because that's just dirt and bedrock. And now the final few blocks are coming out, so now everything is ready to go. So let's go ahead and patch that back up right here. We can actually put dirt back in here. So now that we've got all of the walls all carved out, now I'm going to go ahead and take some of this quartz here. I think that'll be nice. And we'll go ahead and fill in underneath here. And I think I can go ahead and put a glass block there. Actually, no, I can't. That's that's a gold block now. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill this in with quartz. We'll make this look nice. Looks like a few of the players of the month have decided to join us for the build battles. So if we finish up this wall here, we can take a look. There's Terry and Sepsplad. They're both coming in here to go ahead and have some fun with this build battle. Which now that they're on, I'm even more excited to go ahead and get started with this. So first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and identify the center, but up here, because we do have a build limit here. So we're going to go ahead and go just like this. We'll bring this all the way up here, just like so. And at the very top here, we can't actually go any higher. I can't actually fly up any higher. Actually, I just double tapped X and we just fell down. So now that we know that this is the top, I think we're going to go ahead and take a fence post right here. We're going to want something pointy like this. Let's go ahead and grab this, and we'll go ahead and put this on top here. And then that's going to mark the very top of our kind of rocket ship here, our steampunk rocket ship. So now I've placed some blocks, and I've got something to show you guys, and I wanted to show you the basic idea here. So we're going to be using glass for the sides right here so you can see inwards, and we're going to be using the wood and stuff to kind of build a frame for the glass. And then inside the glass, once we have the rocket ship built, I'm going to be using some gears and some copper circuits in there to go ahead and make the whole thing look like it's working off of that. I was just having a thought with these fences right here. I kind of like the way this looks on the glass, considering that it does connect to it. It kind of gives a little bit of detail compared to this side, and I think it looks better like that. I really do. I think that looks a lot better. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. Just take a look at this. I've got this half of it done, and yeah, it does kind of look good as you go around. It does. Now up to this section, we've been kind of coming down at a 45 or maybe a 33 degree angle, but it's been pretty consistent, and now I kind of want to make it more round because these edges are pretty much a 45 to right off, but this is a circle, so I kind of want to bring these out a little bit more. So what we're doing here is we're bringing this across here just like so. Then what we do is we come on down here by 2 blocks, and we go ahead and bring that out by another 2 blocks. So that way this is actually a straight edge right here, and it actually doesn't match up with that. And what that does, it kind of gives it a nice little round feel to it, so that way when you bring it out to the center right here, we can go ahead and come in just by a block to round that off, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a rounder shape. Now that we have the top cone in place and we're kind of out to the layout that I have down below, the next one, instead of being 3 blocks down, we're going to go ahead and put a stair just like this, and we're going to come 5 blocks down just like that. And what that allows us to do is make the outside of this look a little bit more sleek. And so let's go ahead and put our fences on here just like so. Let's go ahead and button this side up here, and we'll step back and take a look and see how that looks. So now that we have the top cone done, we want to sleek out the edges and kind of bring them to where they're going straight down like this. And then right here in the center, all the way inside the machine, we're going to go ahead and put in some gears to make it look like the gears are making it move. So I've got half my gear in and I'm almost done here. Let's go ahead and throw in the last few blocks here. I think I want to go ahead and go just like this, throw that one in there like that, and then we're going to come back over here and throw this one in there just like that. There we go. So this is my gear now. This is half of it, and I think that's looking pretty good. So now if we go ahead and throw in the final few blocks here to our gear, let's go ahead and break that one out. That should look pretty good. That is looking good. That looks a lot like a gear. So now I've added another gear on the inside shaft right here to make it kind of to where we can rotate another gear that's going to bring the power down, which I'll build next. So now I've built my third gear, which is going to be the one that transfers the power down even further down to this level. And this wooden rod right here, this is going to make it look like it's being suspended by the actual frame of the ship. And since this gear isn't quite centered with our build, because this is the center right here, so this is slightly off, that'll allow us to go ahead and take a post right down here in the center. We can come straight down here. We can put ourselves a little cog on this, kind of like the one up there, and that'll make it look like this gear is turning the little cog, which will turn the whole mass, which will turn the propeller down below, which is going to propel our steampunk rocket ship all the way up. And I've just realized something. How am I going to make a gear go sideways? Because this isn't really like... doesn't look like a gear really, and you can't put the stairs sideways, and yeah, that's going to be kind of difficult. Let me see what I can come up with. So here's one variation of the gear, but I'm really not turned on by that. That doesn't look very well, I don't think. I honestly think this will look a lot better with slabs going up and down just like this, and I think once we get done here, let's go ahead and put the last one in. Does that look more like a gear? I'm really not sure. I think this one here looks the best. It's just a stair and then a slab over here in the corner, which does kind of make it look a little bit like a gear, and I'm pretty pleased with how that looks. So now I've kind of laid out the propeller down below. However, this isn't the final way it should look. It should be a little bit thicker in this area because this is going to be taking a lot of force from all the high winds that it's going to be pushing. I think right around this thickness for one of the propeller wings would be perfect, so we're going to go ahead and duplicate that all the way across. Alright, we've got the final few blocks going in. There we go. That actually looks pretty good for a propeller. So now that we got the propeller all in, now we need to go ahead and build the frame of this thing and bring it all the way down to here. But the back of the frame is not going to be nearly as sleek as the top of the frame. That was actually very, very aerodynamic. This side is going to be a lot more blunt. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and come right here, actually with an upside down stair just like that. We'll go on all 4 sides just like this, and that'll go ahead and give the structure some leeway to where it comes out of this center post here. So let's go ahead and bring our blocks out here just like so. And then what we need to do is we need to come all the way out here like this, and I think we'll come out by probably just 2 blocks. I think that'll be a good starter. So now I've got some of the framework going in on the sides, and as you can see up top, we've got a couple people up there that are checking me out while I'm building. But now we're going to go ahead and finish up our build. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the framework in here. And what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and fill this in with glass and get our fence posts in. Alright, the final bit of the glass is now going in. This is actually looking pretty good. I'm actually pleased with how this is coming out. But one thing that it's missing is not only just these fence posts right here, but if we take a good look at this, it is is a spaceship, but it kind of looks just like a big seed on top of a propeller. And I think what it could use is some like guide wings off the side. So maybe we should add some of those. You know, like something along the lines of this. Does that work? Does this look good with that? I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that in place and finish up the glass, and then we'll see how this looks. And there we go. The glass is all done on this one side, and we put 2 wings in here, so now we can look at what it's going to really look like. And I've actually changed this one up just because I thought this might be kind of cool to have like a hollow space in between this to kind of see through it. I'm not sure which one looks better, but I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Or should we take fences and do like this? I think that actually might look kind of cool too. Actually, no, that's a little bit too redundant. That looks exactly the same as that. You know what? I think that's the subtle difference I was looking for. A little bit of smooth quartz does look good in that. So let's go ahead and do that over here. Let's go ahead and remove some of these blocks right here. We'll go ahead and remove those. There we go. We'll add this in there, and that just kind of gives it a nice little contrast so it's just not all wool. Ha! BrittishLadd just TP'd to me.
I was actually going to add a lever to it.
It fits. he put a smiley face. That's so funny. I was wondering what he was gonna say about me breaking out the floor. Nice. He said 100%. That's cool.
Oh, so he's fine with it then.
He's fine with it. Yeah, I'm so stoked. That's awesome. So now all of our glass is in place, and now we're gonna go ahead and place in these fence posts just like this to kind of make it look like the glass is being held up by that, which is kind of cool. I really like the way that looks all the way up there like that. All right, so now all of the glass and the fence posts are now done. All that's left to do is to put the other 2 wings like this on the other 2 sides. So now all these are going in place. These are almost done now. Both of those are in. Now we need to just do the smooth quartz, which is going to be these 4 blocks right there, and then those 2 just like that. We can go ahead and fill those back in with some smooth quartz, and that'll kind of give it a nice little contrast just like that. So let's do the same thing over here. Let's go ahead and knock these couple blocks out there just like so. Go ahead and replace them all with smooth quartz. That looks really nice. I really like the way that looks. Okay, so now that we're done with that, this is a steampunk spaceship. This thing is looking awesome. I love the gears inside. I like how I can see it. Now I wonder if we should add any more small little details. So in this area, which is right underneath our gears here, we want to go ahead and make a floor space so we can have maybe some like engineers in here flying the thing. So we're going to go ahead and place in a couple blocks just like that. Bring that all the way across there like so. And then we're going to go ahead and fill in the floor area in between these little posts here. And I think we're going to stick with this smooth quartz because that looks really nice on the inside of this. So now that we have a nice looking room, let's go ahead and set up some workstations. So this one over here, this is one of the blocks that Slater used in his build, and I really like the way that looks. It looks kind of like a cool little workstation. And this one over here, I actually found out that if you turn around backwards and you place it in there, it looks like a couple of drawers in the front, which actually looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and use this one here. I think if we turn sideways like this, it'll give us these cool little tools here on the front. And then this one here, I think we can actually go this way with this one, and it'll give us something different. So now we have 4 different looking workstations, which is pretty awesome. And I suppose it would look pretty cool to put a lever on top to make it look like you could make something function here. Now that we have our workstations in here, we need to get some personnel in here to go ahead and make it look like they're working in here. So let's grab ourselves some armor stands. What? Let's see here. You're not allowed to use armor stands? Oh my goodness. So there's a few blocks in here that you're not allowed to use, such as obsidian. Obsidian does the same thing. If you try to get obsidian, there's a command block that takes it out of everyone's inventory, so you can't use it. Man, I didn't know armor stands we couldn't use. I wonder if the game will let me get a villager egg. Let's see if we can spawn a villager in here. Where are villager eggs? Is that a villager? Villager right there. Let's see if we can spawn this guy in. It looks like it's going to let me keep it if we spawn one in. Haha, look at that. He looks like an engineer. I just want one more guy that looks like that. That's all I'm trying to do. I just want one more dude that has like a helmet on like he does, and I just can't seem to get one. You've got an eye patch, but I want a guy with a helmet on. Ah, kid. A headband? What are you doing? Go to the gym? Finally, a guy with another helmet. And now looking at him, that's not actually a helmet. That's a pair of goggles, but either way, I still like the way it looks. And by the look of it, I think they've turned the AI navigation off, so these guys aren't going to pathfind to anything. You can just push them around, and they're not going to move to any certain place. They'll just stay right where you push them. And I think they can turn. They can turn and whatever, but they can't really walk. They haven't moved. None of them have really moved. And so I think if we push him right there, he'll continuously look like he's working at his station, and same with that that guy. Oh my goodness, this is looking so cool from the outside, and even looking in here, you can see our two guys in there at their workstation, which is pretty cool. And even the floor, now that we put a floor in, it really doesn't overpower the build. It still looks pretty nice. To give my build a little bit of an animation, I'm going to go ahead and put some cobwebs behind the propeller here to make it look like this propeller has been moving and it's leaving a trail behind it that's kind of just kind of cutting through the air. There we go. Now that we have the cobwebs in place, it kind of looks like this propeller is spinning around. And I think we should go ahead and do the same thing for these wings. I think if we go ahead and come right off the tips of these wings here, we could probably come one out just like this and go ahead and come straight down like that, and we'll get rid of these guys here like that. Is that too much? That might be too much. If we leave some of it there, is that good? I'm wondering if that does give it the look like it's going up, but I'm not really feeling it like that's actually making it go up. I wonder if adding this lodestone here and having all these slabs around it will make it look like that's kind of like an end piece to the whole prop there. That actually looks kind of cool. It kind of makes it look finished. I wonder if doing slabs right here would make that look good. I think that actually does. I think that makes it look a little bit more realistic too. And now our build is finished. This thing is looking really cool. I'm very, very happy with how it came out. I think I'll do well in the competition. I'm not sure if I'm going to be the winner, but nonetheless, I'm very, very proud of how this looks. This has actually been kind of challenging for me. I struggled a little bit with those gears and trying to figure out what to do for steampunk in the first place, because this is a build style that I have never, ever even attempted before. So I'm pretty proud for my very first build. I think it came out nice. So now that we're done with our spaceship, let's go ahead and take a look at what some of the other players have been able to do. This is the first build we saw, and we thought this was the only build on here, so that's actually kind of cool. But this is Slater's little steampunk something or other. I think probably like a crane or something like that. And this actually looks pretty cool. It's pretty realistic looking. And off to the side right here, he has this little water fountain, which looks pretty cool because it's filling up a pot. Oh my goodness, look at the command blocks that went into making this all happen. This event is obviously a lot of work for whoever set all this up. I'm pretty sure that was BrittishLadd. Oh my goodness, look at this one. Check this out. This is cool. I wonder who built this. This is so awesome. Oh my goodness. Look at this gear right here, looking like it's held up by chains or something. I don't know. That looks cool. Oh my goodness, look at this house over here. It looks like it's got like something flowing through this. Oh my god, that's so great. Oh, this is so creative. I love it. So I was just looking at the build theme, and the build theme is actually steampunk / natural. So you can do either one or both, and he definitely did both. Look at this. This looks so awesome. And this is just looking so cool. I love the way how like creative everything is. And she's got a windmill here. However, the tick speed on the realm here is actually set up for hyper tick. I'm not exactly how sure fast it is, but made all these vines grow super quick, so unfortunately that looks like that. But nonetheless, it still looks really, really cool, and it's all very creative. There's a lever where it says to enter the house. Let's go ahead and flick that. Now we can enter. I hit that twice on accident. Let's go ahead and hop on in here, and we take a look inside. It's very dark in here, so I apologize for that, but we're going to go up the ladder here. Let's go all the way up to the top, and as you can see, he's got a little tree house in here, which is pretty cool. Right over here, he's got himself a little water wheel, which looks pretty cool off this little waterfall right here. And right behind me, he's got a death shack over here where it looks like somebody's actually died inside. So if we step on in here, there's a skull, maybe some bones, and here's some blood on the floor. And a fireplace by the look of it. Well done, Mason. This looks really cool. Oh my goodness. What do we have here? Check this out. This is looking pretty cool. Oh my goodness, look at this staircase right here. Is this the staircase? Let's go ahead and see. Can you even get up this? I don't think you can get up that. Let's go ahead and see. No, you can definitely not get up that, but it looks rather cool. Oh my goodness, just check out in here. Look at how cool this is. She's got a beehive. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. It's all like so zen-y in here, and if you come outside just like this, you can kind of see how everything looks on the inside. It looks really, really cool, and it's got this whatever this is. I mean, everything looks really neat. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. I really like the surroundings and how she's got everything going on over here. And I'm saying she because I'm just guessing that this is a girl that built this. I'm not exactly sure who built it. But nonetheless, I really, really love this build. Oh my goodness. Look at this. We have Optimus Prime. That is too cool. And look at this whole wall that he built here. This is pretty cool looking. This is like a steampunk style castle wall. That's really awesome. Check out the block palette that he used. How many different blocks in there that are kind of red in color, almost like copper. And then he accented it with all of these deep slate tiles. Very well done. And then it has a Guardian, Optimus Prime. I'm just waiting for him to shoot me with a fireball or something. This is definitely one of the more creative builds that I like, just because of the robot that's involved. But not only that, I'm impressed by the block palette. Take a look at this cute little house. It's got a little windmill up there, and it's got a little crane right here that can pull up the items that are on this little wheelbarrow right here. That's so cool. And then it's got pipes coming out of the house. It's got a little cog right there. It's got things going here and things going there. It's got this really cool water wheel with water flowing down off of it, going into this little pond right here, which is pretty neat. It's got a custom tree off to the side, which is pretty nice. And is there an entrance into this place? Can we get in? Here we go. I found the front door. Let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we have. We have a nice little crafting station down here, little smelting area. That's pretty nice. And then we have ourselves the bed in the bedroom. And it looks like we can even get up here where the water wheel is. That's cool. Man, after seeing all these builds, I'm super excited to see who's going to win this competition. I mean, I'm excited because mine I'm very proud of. I think it looks really nice, and it's the first steampunk build I've ever done. But all these other ones are so impressive, and they're so creative too. I'm so excited to see what happens. This one is by far my favorite. I think this one had the most creativity put into it by far. It's definitely got the honey blocks and the trapdoors going around, and it looks really cool. Like, it's got stuff flowing everywhere, which is very steampunky, and it's got these doors down here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, those are just trap doors. Those aren't real doors. Let's go ahead and flap those back down. But nonetheless, when it comes to steampunk and nature, I think this build really nailed it. It's very steampunky. It's very nature-esque, and it's got these flowers up here that create all of these green particles that you see flying around. And I forget what these are. These are called flowering something or other. I'm not exactly sure what that is. What is that? That is going to be a spore blossom. Oh my goodness, this is Spladd's build. He actually has a sign right here. That's pretty cool. He might actually win this one, which I hope he does. But unfortunately, guys, that's all the time I've got for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was so much fun building our steampunk rocket ship. And it was really cool participating in this build battle for KrustyKraft Player of the Year. And so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And if you guys did, be sure to smack the like button for me. And subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody.